Okay, it's Stacy, Limelight AZ. This is my milestone video, part 3. It's an update from week 24, really, that I really wanted to do it for week 24, but it turned out to be a mess. I couldn't do it for week 24. So, at any rate, I did the first part, which I'll be uploading here pretty soon. And my phone, I was almost at the end. My phone decided to stop recording and start recording again and let me know that it saved, 4 gigabytes of video or whatever. And I didn't know that it was recording again. I thought it just stopped. And I'm like, got so mad at my phone. And you actually will get to see my reaction because I was just like, are you kidding me? Whatever. So I will put the link to my reaction underneath part 2 of or 3 of the milestone. I don't even know. So you can see the reaction down there. It's only a few seconds long, but okay. So let me finish this. I have had 3 things that have happened. I talked mostly about being bedridden in the last video, but that I was already headed that way. The other thing was atrophy. I am experiencing some atrophy. I was experiencing it in my and how my arms were extending. That seems to be mostly resolved at this point, just with use. And so hopefully we can get my legs doing the same, because my legs do not extend nearly as far as they should. And I no longer have swollen knees, so it's not resistance to being able to stretch out due to swelling of the knees, but because the muscles hit a stopping point. And if you push further than that, it feels like it's going to snap those muscles. So that part is related to being bedridden. Again, not something that would have happened without the bee venom therapy. Or did I say that right? It still would have happened even without the bee venom therapy. Excessive thirst, that has been since I've started bee venom therapy. And that's a bit annoying, especially with the dry throat in the morning and stuff. And having to wake up through the night to drink water. And I am not excited about the constant dry mouth. But you know what? If that is what I need to deal with in order to deal with the rest of the Lyme, I will take it. Because I would rather deal with a dry mouth than the amount of pain that I was dealing with when I first went into bee venom therapy. There was one more thing, and I don't remember. Hang on. Oh yes, weak knees. So my knees cannot support the weight of my body at all. It's like trying to stand on noodles. And I think that this was where my legs were headed anyway without the bee venom therapy. So I don't think it's directly attributed to bee venom therapy. So things that I hope to change or implement in the next 500 stings. Let's see if I can get this in one shot. Okay, so I have done a lot of yo-yoing with taking my supplements when I should. Even the amount of supplements that I should, especially the vitamin C, because that's the most important. And I have still been failing miserably with that a good portion of the time. And detoxing. So those are things that I need to really hone in on, because I've not been doing well with them. The bee stinging we're pretty consistent with most of the time. My bigger problem, honestly, is the taking my supplements and detoxing. Detoxing is probably the worst. It's probably worse than the supplements. I'm supposed to take 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C every single day. Bee stings or not, I'm supposed to take 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C. I'm lucky if I reach 1,500. I seem to get it in once a day, and then I had trouble getting it in. In fact, actually, here's a good example of why this happens. It is now almost 3 p.m. I have my shake in the morning. I don't feel like that is substantial enough to take supplements in the morning, so I usually just take vitamin D if I take it, if I remember to take it. So I wait until lunchtime to take my other supplements. Right, my first batch of the vitamin C, because I take it twice a day. I take 1,500 milligrams twice a day, along with some other supplements. I'm supposed to take it after lunch. I ate an hour and a half ago, but it requires calling somebody in here to get me my supplements after they've already come in here to probably help me with bathroom issues and also to help me with food. And so then I think, oh, I'll wait until the next time I see them, and then I forget. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I really need to go take my supplements. So I'm hoping that now that we've got the room baby-proofed, that we can leave my supplements next to me so I have access to them instead of having to depend on somebody else getting them for me. And so we need to hone in on consistency with the vitamin C, especially, and all my supplements, but vitamin C in particular is important. I've noticed that I have more emotional weeks when I'm not taking the vitamin C. I know that the vitamin C is supposed to be helpful to the adrenals, so there's probably some yo-yoing going on with my adrenals, which is making me more emotional. Detox has absolutely not gone well, period. It just hasn't. So one of the things I'm really planning on honing in on over the course of this next 500 stings is detox, because I think it will be easier on my body if I can get that into gear, Sauna blanket is a big one. It was an expensive blanket. My brother thankfully purchased it along with all of my other bee venom stuff, because at the time my husband wasn't working and was trying to get a job, and I was getting sicker and sicker by the day. So he paid for all my bee venom stuff. And that's an expensive blanket. It's like a $200 detox blanket. And so I really need to start using it more because it would be good for me. And, oh my gosh, my battery. Let me get rid of the message and plug in my battery. Okay, so I am plugged back in. And I have my blinds open because it's overcast and it's rare for Arizona. Okay, so I was talking about needing to really hone in on my supplements. So hopefully we can get them over here. And I can have access to them, and maybe won't. Okay, and then needing to detox. I really need to get a detox regimen. Regime. How do you say that word? Does anybody know? Is this like a tomato situation? For not feeling all that great physically, apparently the sarcasm part of my brain is working just fine. Okay, so detox needs to be better. I have decided through the encouragement of a friend that does take essential oils internally and has a pretty good sense of what is okay to do and what isn't, and I actually trust her opinion. I have decided to go ahead and start taking some essential oils internally. I've been pretty shy of doing that because I didn't feel like I had a good resource that I trusted for that information. But at this point I do. If you want to know who that is, it is Jessica over at Passionate Healers. She's awesome. She's very knowledgeable on essential oils. And you can see her link down in the description box next to the My Reaction link from my video stopping. I have decided to go ahead and start taking some essential oils internally. I got most of them. The only one I need to get still is cilantro. As you know, I am a Young Living girl, and I have been been purchasing through Young Living since March. And so I went to look for cilantro. They don't offer cilantro. I have to get that through doTERRA. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. I'm also likely going to switch to doTERRA in the coming months. I have some reasons for that, and I will get to those at some point in the future. But just throwing that out there for, the tabloids and whatnot, for some little morsel of like, oh, what happened? Yeah, my sarcasm's working just fine today. Okay. So then, the other things I want to work on is to obviously be able to at least get to the bathroom on my own. I'm working toward that. Things are slow, but I really hope in the next 500 stings that I can get to the bathroom on my own. That would be an enormous amount of progress. Just being able to do that would also be letting me or open me up to the possibility of doing coffee enemas, which isn't an extra. Okay, see, but when I try to talk, things don't come out of my mouth right. So, it will allow me to have the option of coffee enemas, which I don't currently have because I'm on the bed. So, I am really hoping that as things are changing with my body and allow me to be more mobile and stuff, that I'll be able to start adding in other detox options that previously I haven't been able to do because of being bedridden. Bath would be a good one. I would really like to be able to take a bath. In fact, I'd like to just be able to take a shower. Showers would be awesome. I have not had a shower since I have been bedridden, and that has been like 5 months. Baby wipes only go so far, Anyways, so that is my hope, is to at least be able to get to the toilet on my own. I know I'm forgetting something on that list. Hang on just a second. Oh, yes. I have zeroed in on what foods are causing me my biggest issues, and have started trying to make sure that those are eliminated for the most part. The only one that I'm still not really eliminating is dairy. I love dairy, and it doesn't seem to cause me enough discomfort that I want to avoid it. It makes my stomach kind of blah. It makes me not want to eat that much if I've had too much of it. I think the key is to not eat too much of it, and then I feel like I can eat other foods. And I mean, the level of too much is actually pretty high. So, my biggest one is tomato. I finally figured out what was causing most of the pain, or triggering most of the pain that I was dealing with my wrists, that was just making me miserable. And I ended up using the essential oils to try to taper some of the pain down. That was tomatoes. And I had been suspecting it, but it just, oftentimes I'm eating tomato with either pasta or bread or, something else. And I just could never quite zero in on it. I am also having issues with bread and pasta, gluten-free bread and pasta. As you know, I'm gluten-free. I don't eat wheat at all, but generally the gluten-free pasta and the gluten-free bread tend to be, their number one ingredient tends to be rice. Sometimes you can find others, and we might start exploring that as an option for me, but it tends to be rice. And that has also caused me issues with feeling like I lose strength in my knees and in my arms. So mostly my knees, that's where it seems to affect the most. So trying to scoot my butt over in one direction versus another has been very, very challenging for my legs and knees when I've needed to do that, and I've had the gluten-free bread or pasta in my system. There seems to be a couple, like Culver's, their rolls, their Udi's buns, does not seem to affect me the same way. So I'm not sure if it's a certain type of rice, or if it's an amount that I'm eating, or what. I do know that tapioca flour is their number one ingredient, so maybe that is what's making the difference. I do notice a little bit of feeling like I can't quite move as well, but not to the point where it's disconcerting. I think that is about it. So changes coming are better detox, better supplement taking. I'm going to start taking essential oils internally. And those are, or maybe I might start adding omega-3 to my supplements. But other than that, to talk about the things that I'm experiencing now, as far as discomfort or pain, obviously I'm bedridden. My knees, although getting stronger, still cannot support my weight at all. And I have a hard time moving my legs. When I'm sitting or laying on my back and I have my legs up because my knees are bent, just lifting my feet off the bed is nearly impossible. I can barely do it. So hopefully that will change in the near future. I've been getting regular headaches, mild enough so that just a little bit of lavender oil on my temples takes care of it. I have occasional days like I'm having today, which is like my body just is discombobulated and isn't responding the way that I want it to respond. I know there's one other thing that I'm forgetting, and was a pretty big one. What was it? Oh, Lyme brain. What can I say? I would like my brain to work better than it is working better than when I first started BVM therapy, and I'm thankful for that. But I would like to come out of that Lyme cloud, you know. Oh, another thing that we're planning on incorporating is physical therapy if I can get my insurance to approve it. I should be on insurance here in the next few days. We should have a determination here pretty quickly on whether or not we were approved. And then hopefully we can get physical therapy started so that I can start working these body parts that need to be worked. So my mouth, look, you see that? That's weird. See? This is what I'm talking about. My mouth is so dry. So I think this video is done, finally. And I am glad it's finally gotten done, even if it's in parts. So, in 1,000 stings, I'll be doing another update video. And I'll be looking at this video and then all of the update videos post this video and see what changes have happened at that point. So, but I'm excited and I'm encouraged. And I feel like I'm no longer being pummeled by this giant that I can't even like begin to address. And now I feel like, you know what? I'm starting to feel a little bit more like David. So I'm thankful for that. I think that's it. I'm done with videos for today, and I hope you have a good day.